Calling all salmon lovers, I have the recipes for you. I've got it from breakfast to lunch to dinner, all right here in this video. You know how for breakfast you often get eggs with smoked salmon? Well, today I'm making a scrambled egg recipe with fresh salmon. Chunks of fresh salmon with dill and just a splash of cream and scrambled eggs couldn't be faster, and it's a great way to get even more protein into your breakfast. I'm just cutting up this piece of salmon into cubes. It's a 6-ounce piece. Leave the cubes kind of big so they don't fall apart as you're cooking them. And then 6 eggs for your scrambled eggs. You want to cook these until they're opaque throughout. That should take about 5 minutes total. Add your eggs once you've gotten them almost completely done. Not completely done. Stir around. Give it a little splash of heavy cream, not too much. I guess you could skip that part if you wanted to, but I love the richness that it adds. And then stir in some dill. Tear it over the top. Breakfast is done. The dill makes it. I know I've been sharing lots of grilling recipes with you lately, but once in a while, I don't know, I just don't feel like going outside and cooking on the grill. I'm making a salmon burger in the broiler. I'm cutting up 3 scallions, pretty much the whole thing, and then your scallions can go directly into a food processor. To that, add 2 tablespoons of dry breadcrumbs, 1 large egg, a tablespoon of horseradish, a teaspoon of coarse salt, and about 1/8 teaspoon of fresh pepper. Give or take. I mean, I'm not measuring. So I have to do a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon zest and a tablespoon of lemon juice. Make sure your lemon is washed well, and then a tablespoon of the lemon juice. There we go. Pulse this together, and then to that you'll add your salmon. I have a pound of salmon. Cut up your salmon just a little bit. Cut it up into smaller pieces. The smaller they are when you put them in, the quicker they will break down. All right, we're good, I think. Put the salmon into the food processor. Still have to form the burgers. And then pulse till everything combines and the salmon is broken down. The mixture is still quite delicate, so be careful. It will definitely firm up in the broiler while you're cooking it. And now what you want to do is broil these for about 6 to 7 minutes without turning until they're cooked through. Obviously, they're a little delicate for turning, which is why we cook them only on one side. They got really nice and golden brown. They took about 6 minutes to cook. And now I'm just gonna whisk together a little sauce, yogurt and dill. That's it. It's very simple. I have a 1/2 cup of plain yogurt, not the Greek kind, just regular. And to that, I'm adding a tablespoon of chopped fresh dill. I wanna put a pinch of salt in. That's your sauce. Use a nice thin spatula to slide underneath the salmon patties to get them off the broiler pan. A little bit of lettuce. Whip up a batch of these. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I feel like doesn't really get its due? It's cauliflower. It's one of my favorite vegetables. I think it's coming into its own, and today I'm gonna help it along by roasting it with a delicious anchovy hot pepper flake paste and some salmon for a great one-pan meal. The first thing you wanna do is cut up your cauliflower into florets. Kind of big because it's going to roast in the oven at 450, and while it seems sort of chunky and hearty, it actually cooks pretty quickly. Transfer those to a large bowl. To flavor the whole dish, you're going to make a paste. A 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 4 large cloves of garlic, and then between 2 and 4 anchovies. I am going for 4. Don't forget a little bit of salt here. The salt is working as an abrasive here, and it breaks down the anchovy and garlic really quickly. Start off by chopping. And then once you've really got it sort of minced, you can use the side of your knife to sort of mash it into the board. Throw that in with your cauliflower and then add some oil. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of olive oil. You could use a combination of 2 tablespoons olive oil and 2 tablespoons oil from the anchovies if you really were going crazy for anchovy. And this is going to pre-roast before you add your salmon. Put it onto a rimmed baking sheet and get it into the oven for about 15 minutes to start cooking. These guys are about halfway cooked, so you can add your salmon, salt and pepper, and then back into the oven for about 15 minutes or until the fish is cooked to your liking. And just like that, it is done. Roasted is good.